Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to explain our major project supervised by Dr. R. Aruna ma'am, Associate Professor of Welltech Rangarajan, Dr. Seguntala, R&D Institute of Science and Technology. Our main title is about current state of understanding of the energy efficiency of cloud computing through task of loading. As we all know that environment generate huge amount of data. In this project we are much more knowingly we will explain much more about the data centers and how the data can be stored in data centers and how the data is being processed through data centers where data growth is very exponential. And nowadays the data scheduling mainly focusing on utilizing of each physical machine to reduce energy consumption. As we all know that cloud computing is a main source nowadays, and in this project we are using the cloud computing and no hardware devices are used, and we have used only software platforms to get the output and for the implementation and testing process. Cloud allows network based access to communication tools like emails and calendars. There are three types of cloud computing: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. As we all know that WhatsApp is also a cloud based infrastructure, and in this project we are much morely knowing about cloud computing and cloudlets and the CloudSim technology. In this project, the task of loading is the main theme, and and hereby we have know that computing of loading is the transfer of resource, intense computational task to a separate processor such as a hardware accelerator or an external platform such as cloud cluster or a grid. And in this project the task of loading is the main theme, and such as the cloud cluster or grid or external platform we have used here, and the number of users like broker count, initializing of common variables, and hereby CTES is also been created in this project. And data centers we have host characters like PE, RAM and BW, and data center broker instance we have chosen and explainable by my batchmate.
Is an on-demand resources in an IT platform. Cloud allows network-based access to communicate tools like messages and calendars, emails. WhatsApp is also a cloud-based infrastructure. As it comes in communications as one of the example of cloud computing. All the messages and information are stored in a service by the concept. While the concept of cloud computing is instead of buying or owning and maintaining any physical data centers or servers, you can access technology services such as computing power, storage, database as on needed basis like Amazon Web Services. One benefit of using cloud computing services that frames and can be avoided upfront cost and complexity of an own IT. In run of providers, cloud computing services can benefit from significant economies of scale or by delivering the same services in a wide range. And in cloud computing, the project of ours is task of loading. Task of loading refers to user equipment processing, some computational intensive applications and uploading the data process these applications to the edge server through wireless transmission under the condition of weighing continuous or other indicators. Generally, task of loading can be defined as the transfer of resource-intensive computational tasks to external resource-rich platform, such as one used cloud can be task of loading can be used in cloud and edge and for fog computing too. Here comes the project description of a project. Cloud computing is an area of on-demand in and of IT technology, information technology, as I have previously discussed with you. The emergence of public clouds for tech such as Amazon and Microsoft has led a huge increase in the popularity of related software technologies, usually virtual infrastructure managers using virtualization technology. It is existing system and proposed system. Existing system of a cloud. Virtualization is widely used in cloud computing in cost maintenance. Improve the performance. It makes the computing environment easily manage the resource, isolates underlying hardware. While the concept of cloud has been launched in mid of 1990s, cloud computing became the mainstream in 2000s with the emergence like big mainstream companies has been built by cloud computing like Google. Now they were following this to execute and run an implementation. Run cloud setup. As run cloud setup, you have seen the pictures. You need to build the center for the performance of evolution of the cloud technology. Here task of loading, need to click the data center configurations, and here comes.
This is the cloud setup we have done, and this is the CloudSim example one setup, and this is the code we have given for the project. Through Java, we have given the code, and this is the output when we run the code. The output is here: simulation, cloud information infrastructure services, and through data center simulation is been started, and broker is also started. Entities are also given, and here we are starting, and here is the process completion. Simulation is also completed. In the output it is shown cloud sim sample example is being finished.